Last Man Standing. Now, I was going to ask you what did the title mean at the time when
Yeah.
you wrote it, but then I saw a stat in your book, and you said Cleveland, when Brown was playing there, was the sixth largest city in the country, and then when you wrote the book, it was 48th, and I think I checked again, it was 54th. So when I look at the title, he's not only a last man standing from that era of the NFL. He's the last man standing from the Southern migration. He's the last man standing of that civil rights movement. He's the last man standing of that economic engine in the Midwest that, unless something crazy happens with green technology, it will never recapture that type of power again. So that's what I take from that. Not today, but what did you mean from it for it when you wrote that title?
I love that's what you took from it. Last Man Standing, in my mind, came from two very important places. The first was thinking about what Regina King has now immortalized as the one night in Miami, which I did interview Jim Brown about. That night in Miami after the Muhammad Ali Sonny Liston fight, where Ali won the title as Cassius Marcellus Clay. Although and it was the day before he announced to the world that he was Muhammad Ali. So he was still Cassius Clay for that one last night. And it was Cassius Clay, Jim Brown, Malcolm X, Sam Cooke in that motel, eating vanilla ice cream, talking about what they were going to do to try to shape the world. And the movie's great by Regina King. It gets some stuff wrong. I mean, from the perspective of Jim Brown, like I interviewed Jim Brown about that years before the movie was made. I interviewed him about it to get the real inside dope as to what went on in that room. And I've always been a big Ali guy, as you know. And as I was writing the book, I was thinking about the fact that Sam Cooke and Malcolm X did not survive the year after that one night in Miami. And thinking about the fact that Muhammad Ali had lost the ability to speech and was clearly, in the last stage of his life as I was writing the book. And, actually he died before the book came out, now that I'm remembering that. And Jim Brown was the last man standing from that night in Miami. Mm-hmm. So I was thinking about that, like he's the last man standing. These four incredibly powerful people, two of them were felled within the year. And one of them, as Jim Brown said, was only embraced by white America after he lost the ability to speak. Mm-hmm. Jim Brown, last man standing. And then I also was thinking about this mode of masculinity, which has been a common thread in everything we've been talking about. Because there's certainly sexist men alive today. There are sexist celebrities alive today. There are sexist male celebrities who beat the women they are with. But he's the last man standing to me from a time when that was applauded even and supported. And at the very least, surreptitiously given a thumbs up to. From people ranging from the Police to Gloria Steinem. You know what I'm saying? And so that was last, because now it happens, but if it comes public, like in case of Ray Rice, for example, like you're going to pay a public price for that. Although Donald Trump certainly doesn't seem to be paying one.
No, he doesn't seem to pay anything.
How that works.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
So maybe, but I would never call Donald Trump a man. So he's not the last man standing. Donald Trump is at best a child, but with a limitless credit card and a parent who doesn't spank him. But Jim Brown was the last man standing from that mode of masculinity, and Jim Brown was the last man standing, as you're saying so correctly, from a period where really asserting your manhood was a radical act of anti-racism.